sometimes they're looking for that male companion in that person to kind of feel.
You know what? Can I say your name? Because it's after you. April, you know what? I was approached one time that a girl told me I was lucky that, because she didn't grow up with her father, she said I was lucky that I had my dad and my mom and they were married. And I'm sure my mom doesn't mind me saying this. And a lot of times, my dad was married to my mom and he was in the home. But sometimes a person will compare not having a dad physically present with a person that had a dad that was present. But my dad, he wasn't home. You know, he came home, but he wasn't home. You know, so I can say my dad wasn't present. He didn't come to no games. He was the disciplinary. That's all I knew him as, the disciplinary. My mom did it all. So really, I can honestly say that I was raised by a single parent myself. They were married. He was in the home, but he wasn't present. And because of that, I actually chose people that kind of resembled my dad. Not the physical resemblance, but kind of some of his ways. I did. So I think that with that, it can go both ways. Because you're saying that maybe a person is affected because they didn't have that father present. But I can say that I was affected and the father was present, but not present. Did that answer your question? Okay. You sure? Okay. Or you can holler at me later. You want me to say your name? You ain't still with me. Trina.
Just kind of really commenting on how you say you try to stay because you have kids with him. Speaking from personal experience, I was with Malik and Trey's dad for 11 years, and in the last 2 or 3 years, I realized that that's not where I wanted to be. We were in 2 different places. I had joined Liberty Hill. He wasn't trying to get on board with that. I was wanting to be married, and I didn't understand why we lived together for 11 years as pretend husband and wife. You know, we raising these kids together, we're paying these bills, we're doing this, we're doing that. What would have been one more step to say, okay, bam, let's go ahead and make this legal? And when I brought that up to him, he was like, well, that's not what I want to do. So he left for a few days and came back home, and he just said, well, Trina, this is what I want to do. I want to leave because I don't want to stand in your way or whatever your God has for you, and I'm going to roll on. And I was hurt. I was knocked out. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I wait up and down. Bobby knows she was there. I was crying. I was like, oh my God, what I'm going to do? I mean, all the time, constantly. And I never.
At the time too?
Yeah.
So he did connect.
So it was like, okay, now what? And now we're the best of friends now. And he has his own life and I have my life. And I kept falling for these guys. I was lowering my standard. I felt because I have 4 children, no one's gonna love me for me. And the ones that did love me for me, I pushed him away. I was always trying to find, Bobby knows, I was trying to figure out a way to sabotage it. But now here we are 4 years later, and the same one I pushed away is back. And like I talked to him before I came here, I was telling him where I was going. And I was telling him, you know, the things I didn't want to take in 2012 that I'm not bringing to 2012. And he told me he's behind me, he's back in that. And I'm just so glad that I finally found someone that understands me and is willing to love me for me with all my faults, all my bad things, all the things that I've done and haven't done and all that. And as far as I understand where she's coming from. My dad I was raised by my grandparents. I didn't have a father. I didn't meet my dad until I was 16 years old, but then my dad died when I was 22. So I met him at 16, he died at 22, and I kept finding these men that I was looking for a love of a dad, and that's what I was getting. I was in a piece of just getting beat up, getting, you know, oh, well, he's beating on me, but like my daughter's dad used to whip my behind all the time, but I stayed with him because I had a man, he was there, but he was just there.
I wonder, you know what, listening to you, I wonder, and it's kind of making me go back to when I was involved in those situations, is at least I got a man. At least I got a man. At least I got a man. Doesn't matter if he's a half a man. At least I got one. Is it for bragging rights? You sure can. You want me to say your name?
I don't care.
Shanae.
I think that, as we grow and mature, as long as we learn from the mistakes and regardless oh, well, at least I had a man, but like you said, if you take out time to get to know you, if you take out time to say, this is what I will and will not put up with, until you take that time to know that, you will continue to fall for the same okie doke. You're not going to, how can you go to the next level if you're not there? How can you expect a man to come along that's going to be the man that you desire if you're not the woman that you should be for him?
That's going to be another show. You definitely, a lot of times we want these men to be all this, but we ain't.
Right.
And we're broken.
We ain't. I want the gift from God, and I'm waiting on God to send me, and we raggedy, and we won't even comb our freaking hair.
So true.
And is it that we really want God to send a spouse, or do we want God to send what we call a knight in shining armor? We want somebody to save us. And he ain't sending nobody to save us because we already did that on Calvary.
That's right.
And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted somebody to come and take them bills from me. come get these kids, help me with these kids, and I wanted a savior. And until I put God in his proper place, he wasn't letting nothing come and stay. Now they would come slide on through, but they ain't staying.
Right.
And I even had one that and let me go here about this. I'm starting to stutter. Let me say this. One put a ring on my finger. He ain't the one I'm married to Troy Shaw.
Pastor Trisha.
Remember how I told you I kept closing my eyes like, Lord, And I thought I was going to go on. I had a date set and everything. May 25th, 2002. May 25th, 2002. Did any of y'all come to the wedding? I didn't even go. I didn't go. Did you go? Did y'all get me something? I didn't go. But anyway, I don't care what we try to do. We either gonna yield or our whole life is gonna be chaos all the time. And I was tired of chaos. Now I did know that I wanted to be married. But I had gotten to a place in my life that I knew that person that I was going to be with, because I had started getting myself together in God. I knew that person had to be saved. But see, then I went through a phase where I was picking minds and trying to get them saved. You remember that one? Tina had me get ready to marry somebody that was saying, that's my wife. And I remember, I was like, oh, girl, I don't know about this one. Girl, just live a little. Just live a little. She was going to have me marry. Remember him? I don't want his suit.
Take that back.
And see, you got to be careful. See, my girlfriend was in my ear about it. She had me, I wonder what my life would be like.
Okay, in my defense.
Don't say no name, we get in trouble.
Do you remember the night that Kelly goes to bed, like at 6 o'clock in the evening? I'm at home. I'm a night person. I'm at home in the tub like 11:30 at night. Call Kelly and tell her that it's not right. It's not the time. Remember I called you? Like, I'm like, I can't call. I'm talking to God like, I cannot call her. She's asleep.
For the same person that you told me was right. Go for
No,
it.
what did I tell you? I said, I don't know why I'm calling you, because I know and you were up. As a matter of fact, she answered the phone, and I was like, please don't cuss me out for calling you this late. And I said,
You thought you was probably going to get the voicemail and was going to try to take the punk away.
and I said, I know, but I'm supposed to tell you that it's not, I don't know what it is, it's not right. We just had a conversation with him, remember? And he was, I'm talking about putting flowers in her head. He had flowers coming out his mouth. Roses coming out his mouth. She bugged me though after that. Let me tell you the repercussions of doing that. She bugged me after that. Called me from work. Did God say anything else to you?
That's so Kelly.
Yeah, but connect with somebody you just leave them girlfriends alone. I'm going to challenge y'all. Quit passing trading horror stories.
relationship, you doing bad. Why you forgot about that? We in sync.
I forgot.
Oh, we in sync, girl, now. We in sync. You doing good, I'm doing good, we in love. Something fall apart with her, I'm like, oh, the foot, it's gonna happen to me. I don't know if it's gonna be 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but if it happened to Kelly, it's coming. I'm bracing myself, like, wait, you right, mess up, girl, I know this.
I keep hearing this word love, but is it really love? Sometimes it's love.
Love.
It's love. Let's call it what it really is.
You know what?
It's
Love.
Yes.
I had to ask. I remember when I was walking out, when I was dating Pastor Troy, and I knew that the Lord had sent me, wanted me with him. And I can't say that I felt the goosebumps and, you know how we be, oh, girl, he made the goosebumps come up on my shoulders, girl. I know he the one. And I didn't have that. But I know that when we would date, I didn't go to his phone trying to see if I could, because I was the queen of breaking all old smell codes. I didn't break up. And if they would have had the GPS back then, oh baby, I'd have been everywhere they was. What you doing here? I was the voicemail queen.
Most recent.
And
Rob's taken.
I remember dating him, and it was just the way that I can describe love is peace. That's it. It's kind of like, how they talk, I don't know if everybody reads the word. I don't want to assume that everybody reads the word. But you know how they talk about the manna and how they said it didn't have really a taste? It's peace. It's not drama. It didn't make me want to go check his phone. Troy get up 3 o'clock in the morning, be at Walmart. But honey, if it would have been some of them other relationship, Tina, come get me right now. Right now. I'm about to go over here and I'm very real ignorant. Yeah, but see, love will make you it doesn't make me question him. It doesn't make me follow him around. I don't check his pockets. I don't do I remember one time I left dude at my house, used his car, so I had keys to his house. I went to his house and was looking through the house just to see if he was cheating on me. And wait a minute, I didn't find nothing. But I wanted to find something within me. Wanted to find nothing. Y'all know what? If I told you everything I was saying, I was in the register. I was like, I can put the number down in the register. Then I'm up on top of the refrigerator, up on the cabinets and everything. He at my house, but I want to see. But with love is peace. It ain't that drama. It ain't that you up bringing your hands like where they at and all that kind of stuff. That's the thing.
Did you use your mom's car?
No, not for that. No, Tina was the ride. We was ride or die chicks together.